back to y'all again with another workout. Like I said, I want to follow my prep this time, my workouts that I'm doing. I got a lot of questions about doing an arm day. I typically don't do arms by themselves since my arms I genetically have pretty good arms, so whenever I just work them, give them their own day and work them out more, like they just blow up and it looks like that's all I work out is arms. So today I'm doing shoulders and arms. Just a little bit of shoulder work, just to kind of, get some blood flowing. I'll probably hit like one compound movement on shoulders, and then after that, I'm going to arms. Right now, I'm about to start out. I'm gonna do a little warm up, a little back warm up, also a little bit of some shoulder dumbbell warm ups. After that, we're gonna get into the workout. So, like I said, asking y'all shall receive. It's time to get fit with Frater. Let's go. So now we're actually going to the workout. So I'm gonna start off with some overhead press. I would really love to start out with overhead press, especially since I do group shoulders throughout the week with other body parts, but I mainly focus on laterals. So whenever I'm working shoulders mainly, then I'll always like to throw in an overhead press with it. But I never press from a straight up vertical incline. I usually always knock it back a little bit. The reason being, I notice that whenever pressing, there's a lot of space in between your lats and your lower back basically. So it causes your spine to do a not natural curve while you're pressing. And I noticed I started having a lot of lower back problems whenever I was pressing really heavy with it straight up. So I kick it back just a little bit. That way I could brace my lats on the bench and then really use that as my stabilizer to push and go as heavy as possible. So I'm gonna go semi-heavy today, not really all that heavy, but again, just pushing the tempo and really try to draw blood into the workout. This one I'm gonna slow down the rest time a little bit, just because this is like my compound movement. So I wanna make sure that I'm able to go pretty heavy. And so I'm gonna slow down or lengthen the rest time just a little bit, and then I'm gonna pick it back up with the following exercises. So I'm just doing a quick little warm up, doing like 5 or 6 reps with lighter weight. I want to really save all my energy for my heavy set. So I'm just doing a couple warm up reps to get, my form right. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna go straight to the heavy weight. Starting a superset. So I just finished with my heavy pressing movement. So now I'm gonna do a superset. I'm gonna push the pace again, push the intensity. We're gonna go upright row, barbell upright rows, and then cable lateral raises. It's gonna be a superset, so I'm gonna go back to back and then get about a minute rest and then do it again. So this is the last shoulder workout, so it's gonna be a superset. I'm gonna hit some rear delts, and then I'm gonna superset that with lateral raises, but I'm gonna turn my hands inward and only come about midway up. That's really gonna focus on taxing the rear delt to the side delt. When you do regular, just really focusing on your side delt and then a little bit of the front. But whenever you turn your hands inward and then move the weight out, you can feel it without even without even having weight. Just turn your hands inward and move your arm out, and you'll really feel your rear delt activated. So I'm gonna superset that, hit about 2 or 3 sets, and then we're gonna go on to arms. Another thing, whenever you're doing those lateral raises, you're gonna have to really fight to turn your hands inwards. Your hands are gonna naturally wanna rotate out just a little bit, but really make sure you're forcing them inwards. Forcing them in there really turns your whole shoulder around. So when you're lifting, you'll feel it go in, feel it in your rear delt. If you don't do that, then you'll notice that you could go a lot higher. So if you're able to go all the way up here, then you're not turning your hands in enough. Make sure you turn your hands all the way, and that way you'll only be able to go midway. You can't go all the way up because your shoulder is locked in. So another thing, whenever you're doing your Triceps pull-downs, a lot of people tend to pull straight down and back. But I noticed that I feel it more whenever I go straight down and out away from my body. It keeps the tricep under constant tension the whole time, rather than coming right here, and then whenever you come up, your triceps aren't stabilizing the weight, your forearms are. So to keep the triceps under constant tension, you really want to push away and then come up. Still under tension, push down again, and then come up. With the hammer curl. So the hammer curl, we're doing a single arm. We're really work on widening the bicep. So the key to doing is make sure you have a really stable base. And you're gonna make sure that your shoulder is in line with your elbow. Make sure that those stay straight. And then you're just gonna come up, straight up, as if you're pulling like a rope straight off the ground. You're gonna pull straight up and then go straight back down. As you see, my body is kind of lump-sided because I really want to make sure this side of my body is straight. So for me, since my shoulders are a little bit bigger, I really have to work on going down and make sure that this part of my body is in line with the bench so I can pull straight up and straight down and get maximum tension on the bicep alone. It's only the first set, and I already feel it. Especially my forearms. My forearms are, just from hitting one set, forearms are already pumped. So, it's gonna be a good finisher. Reverse curls at the end are money for really burning out. My forearms are like so pumped right now that I could barely even grip the bar because my forearms are just so pumped with blood. And especially after doing the rope hammer curls, you're really taxing your forearms as well. So this is just the icing on the cake. I never, ever do forearm exercises by themselves. To me, I get enough work on my forearms just by hitting reverse curls and doing like hammer curls and all my curling movements. I really get enough work on my forearms. Whenever I'm doing arms, I'll just incorporate reverse curls. I'll always incorporate reverse curls no matter what arm day I'm doing. Like I said, usually I don't do arms by themselves. Sometimes I do, but not all the time. It just depends on how I'm feeling that week. So if I'm grouping them with like shoulders or I'm grouping them with chest, I usually always hit a reverse curl movement at the end because that just, nothing taxes my forearms like a reverse curl. So if y'all out there, y'all wanna have some big forearms, y'all get your reverse curl game up, and I promise you, your forearms are gonna be like Popeyes. That's the end of the shoulder and arm workout. Let me know if y'all like it. Like I said, I was getting a lot of requests to do an arm day. I don't really do arms by themselves. I always group them with another body part. So let me know how y'all like this workout. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we coming back with more material next week for y'all. Got something exciting, so y'all stay tuned. And until then, we out. fit with Frater.
Like water. When it's all done, I'ma head to the Father. Till that day, take the Benz to the bar. I gotta chop off the top, got a date with your daughter. Your house not a home like Luther Vandross. You always outside like Superman draws. But getting that car, that little car, it's a little too far. Can't Uber, can't walk. Good guy, probably get in heaven through the side door. Riding through the city on my high horse. Big tech on my body like a cyborg. Leave you on a low note, leave you on a high court.